Hello everyone! Today, we bring you content that every FPS game fan must see. Let's check it out together. FragPunk, an exciting 5v5 FPS that combines high-paced gameplay with a unique card system. Rounds, which last only a few minutes, are a key feature, and players need to continuously adjust their strategies. The selected cards can change the course of the match, making team cooperation a particularly important factor. Borderlands 4, the latest installment in Gearbox Software's hugely popular loot shooter FPS series, Borderlands. Featuring unique humor and billions of different weapons, players can explore everything from a post-apocalyptic planet to a super-futuristic city. It also supports cooperative play with friends, making it enjoyable even for those who are new to the series, with plenty of over-the-top fun. Doom: The Dark Ages, a cinematic action FPS set in the medieval era, created as a prequel to the Doom series. Players take on the role of the legendary warrior, the Doom Slayer, who continues battling the demons of hell. Make use of new weapons, like the barbed wire shield and mace, to indulge in spectacularly gory combat. Killing Floor 3, a cooperative horror FPS set in the near future of 2091, where players battle the undead army known as Z. Experience intense gore and battles with stunning graphics powered by the latest Unreal Engine 5.
Let's start the party!
Survive waves of Z to earn money, unlock skills, and acquire the ultimate weapons.
Sabotage.
Den of Wolves, a new futuristic heist FPS from 10 Chambers, known for the highly acclaimed GTFO.
It could be you.
Developed by members who previously worked on the legendary heist FPS titles Payday and Payday 2. Expect cool and challenging in-game events and a high-tempo soundtrack collection. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. The Metroid Prime series, primarily in FPS perspective, returns after 17 years as part of the popular Metroid franchise. The protagonist Samus investigates planets and battles dangerous creatures through the visor of her powered suit. In addition to the traditional exploration and action elements, fans can look forward to yet-to-be-revealed new features. Fate Trigger, a free-to-play anime-style battle royale game developed using the latest Unreal Engine 5. Features a diverse cast of superpowered heroes, brought to life with high-quality animations full of dynamic motion and voiced by top-tier voice actors. With its impressive visuals and meticulously crafted world, it has the potential to become the next hit in the hero shooter genre. M.O.Z.I for Hire, an FPS set in a unique world reminiscent of 1930s cartoons. Players take on the role of a mouse private detective, solving mysteries while taking down enemies with a variety of quirky weapons. With its comically brutal elements and countless absurd moments, it's a game that makes you wonder if it'll even manage to get released safely. Splitgate 2, a free-to-play 4v4 arena FPS featuring exciting multidimensional combat through the use of portals. Enjoy stylish gunplay by surprising enemies as you pass through portals. Utilize a variety of weapons and work with your teammates to aim for the top spot in the galaxy. Marathon, a new sci-fi PvP extraction shooter from Bungie, the creators of the legendary Halo and Destiny. The story centers on people who have transferred their consciousness into artificial bodies designed to survive harsh planetary environments, competing for resources in pursuit of wealth and fame. Bungie positions this game as the ultimate live service title, currently developing it with a focus on minimal loading times to enhance replayability.
You'll have to stay vigilant up there on the surface.
ARC Raiders, a retro-futuristic PvPvE extraction shooter developed by Embark Studios, the creators of the Finals.
Other raiders remain dangerously
Players
unclear.
take on the role of raiders,
You'll need
venturing
to be
from resource-deprived underground
what you
bases
have and
to the
sometimes
perilous
make
surface in
plans on the
search of
fly.
vital supplies. While
are you
fending off
prepared
invasions
to
from
risk to
ARC,
get what you
a
want?
robotic army from space,
Ultimately,
players must choose whether
you
to
get to
cooperate
decide
or
what kind
compete
of
with other
raider
raiders
you'll
they
become.
encounter.
Shaping your
SYNDUALITY Echo of Ada, a new sci-fi PvPvE extraction shooter from Bandai Namco, centered around the theme of misunderstandings between humans and AI. Players pilot the bipedal mech Cradle Coffin and explore the surface world alongside their AI companion M.O.Z.I to gather supplies and conduct investigations. The game is set in the year 2222, 20 years before the events of the anime adaptation, as part of a media mix project. Unrecord, an FPS viewed entirely from a body camera perspective, offering a unique experience that sets it apart from traditional tactical shooters. Players immerse themselves in intense investigations, shaping the outcome of the story with their own actions. The story, inspired by detective novels and thrillers, draws players into an incredibly realistic experience with unmatched immersion. Sniper Elite Resistance, the latest installment in the Sniper Elite series, where players can witness the destructive power of bullets through the iconic X-ray kill cam. Set in World War II-era France, players take on the role of Agent Harry Hawker as they fight against Axis forces' new weapons. Supports up to 16-player online co-op, with a mode that allows players to infiltrate others' campaigns. The Outer Worlds 2, a planet-hopping adventure RPG with unique and overwhelming freedom, enhanced and returning for a new chapter. Developed by Obsidian Entertainment, the creators of Fallout New Vegas. Building on the fun of the first game, this sequel is set on a new colony, offering even greater freedom as players embark on an adventure that will determine the fate of the galaxy.
Let's finish the fight.
EXOBORNE, a tactical open-world PvPvE extraction shooter set in a world ravaged by natural disasters.
Everything's gonna change.
Players take on the role of reborn survivors, equipped with powerful exorigs, and fight against hostile factions and the unforgiving forces of nature. A global PC playtest is scheduled to begin in February, so anyone interested should check out the official site in the description. 83, a tactical online FPS set in the late Cold War, with up to 100 players, and considered a spiritual successor to the Rising Storm 2 series. Veteran developers with up to 17 years of experience, who have worked on titles like Red Orchestra, Rising Storm, and Squad, have come together to create this game. The system, focused on accessible realism, allows players to experience intense, high-stakes combat, close to real-world military engagements. Bellum, a next-generation war-themed FPS developed by Astarte Industries and creator Karamakut. A talented team, with experience working on legendary shooters like Arma, Squad, and Ready or Not, has come together to create this game. With the cooperation of retired Special Operations veterans, it promises to be a military simulation game focused on ultimate realism. Decadent, a story-driven FPS with a cosmic horror theme, where players face grotesque creatures and their own descent into madness. The protagonist, deeply involved in the occult, becomes the host of a strange parasitic creature and embarks on a journey to unravel the mysteries of a lost expedition in the Arctic. Pay attention to the sanity system that triggers hallucinations and panic attacks, while experiencing a unique sense of loneliness in a dangerous world frozen in time. Judas, a story-driven adventure FPS where players attempt a desperate escape from a collapsing spaceship. Developed by Ghost Story Games, led by Ken Levine, the creator of BioShock and other iconic titles. Players' choices, such as whether to form or break alliances with enemies will cause the story to branch in complex ways. Peripeteia, a low-poly stealth shooter RPG set in a dystopian, cyberpunk version of Poland. The protagonist, a young cyborg soldier named Marie, works as a mercenary for the state, carrying out a mission shrouded in conspiracy and mystery. The system is inspired by Deus Ex and developed with a unique art style and a strong dark world impact. Atomfall, a post-apocalyptic FPS inspired by the wind-scale reactor fire incident in the UK.
Melee weapons, like the cricket bat, or ranged weapons, like
Set 5 years after the nuclear tragedy, players will survive in the UK while exploring and engaging in combat to uncover the mysteries.
each with their own strengths.
In a world that is eerily familiar, yet entirely different, players will unearth the dark and sinister truths lurking in the abyss.
Give them more power. The ammo for these weapons will...
UNYIELDER, a roguelite ex-boss rush FPS that breaks the conventional ideas of single-player games. All battles are 1v1 duels, where players utilize fast movement and precise attack actions to fight. The intense, high-stakes battles make it highly recommended for players looking to challenge their limits. FBC Firebreak, a cooperative FPS set in the headquarters of the mysterious federal agency, FBC, where players battle against supernatural phenomena and grotesque creatures. Developed by Ramadi Entertainment, the studio behind Alan Wake and Control. Players join a team called Firebreak and cooperate to face the chaos together. Level 0 Extraction, an asymmetric PvP horror shooter, where players are divided into mercenaries and aliens, battling against each other. The mercenaries, in teams of up to 3, fight over loot while engaging with aliens and aiming to collect valuable items and escape. The aliens, as a pair, move through ducts scattered across the map and fight with violent skills to hunt down all the mercenaries. Projekt Z, Beyond Order, a cooperative survival FPS set on a secret island during World War II, where zombies are weaponized. Players take on the role of one of 4 survivors, gathering resources and defending themselves at a customizable base. It also features an online cooperative mode, allowing players to enjoy different strategic experiences. Forest Reigns, set in a post-civilization Paris, fused with a massive forest. This story-driven FPS challenges players to face the threats of nature. The game emphasizes the importance of interacting with the environment, where plants can be used to trap enemies and turn battles in the player's favor. The story offers multiple endings, allowing players to align with one of 4 factions, each holding different views on humanity's future. Invariant, a thrilling sci-fi action-adventure FPS currently being developed by passionate fans of classic FPS games.
I really hate when they call it that.
Set in the research facility Nabla Station, located beneath the ice of Antarctica, where chaos unfolds as players search for an energy source that could save the world. Players must battle against mad colleagues and strange creatures while uncovering the secrets of the facility. Out of Action, a SF action PvP FPS heavily influenced by 90s Japanese anime, reminiscent of Ghost in the Shell. Developed individually by Doku, a 3D artist and game developer based in the UK, the game is packed with passionate action elements. Offline, and coup modes are also planned, with development aiming for a stellar 2025 launch. TAMASHIKA, a high-paced and challenging arcade-style FPS depicted with vivid, hand-drawn animation. The goal is to evade enemies' attacks with a dagger and pistol, and if you take damage, you'll start from the beginning, adding to the thrill. Though, designed to be completed in about 10 minutes, its action-packed gameplay and refreshing feel make it a game you'll want to challenge repeatedly. M.O.Z.I, a story-driven post-apocalyptic FPS set on a dying planet, where players embark on a dangerous journey. The player's mission is to escort a transport vehicle to humanity's last settlement, while gathering food and batteries, and avoiding threats such as monsters. As they cross the desolate land, they will uncover mysteries of the past through interactions with various companions, and the future of the story will be shaped. Center Mass, Streets of Ramadi, a realistic sniper simulation where players take on the role of a SEAL sniper and spotter on missions. Designed with the collaboration of Brandon Webb, a former SEAL Sniper Course chief instructor.
Opera House, Phantom 1 here. Visual on target.
Experience missions, inspired by real-life events with an overwhelming sense of immersion.
Target is not clear. I repeat, not clear. Over.
Cronos, The New Dawn, a thrilling sci-fi survival horror shooter where past and future and life and death intersect. Developed by Bloober Team, the studio behind the remake of Silent Hill 2 in collaboration with Konami. Travel between 1980s, Poland, and a post-apocalyptic future, engaging in a battle for the survival of humanity. Black State, an immersive sci-fi action-adventure TPS with photorealistic graphics technology. Focused on stealth action, the game draws inspiration from works that influenced games like Metal Gear during development. The seamless transition into various spaces behind doors ensures an experience full of surprises, allowing players to immerse themselves without breaking the flow. Deficit, a story-driven FPS set in a creepy, massive labyrinth, with elements of otherworldly horror based on the transformation of reality. The player takes on the role of a spy infiltrating a vast research facility with the goal of stealing a mysterious device that alters reality. To accomplish this mission, players must choose between stealthy tactics or direct confrontation, with action skills and creativity required in various situations. Steel Hunters, a free-to-play PvPvE shooter, where players pilot massive future machines called Hunters to compete in resource battles. Experience intense robot battles in a fusion of battle royale and extraction shooter gameplay. Use different, tactical approaches with various hunter types and the environment to turn your rivals into scrap. Beyond Citadel, a 2.5D graphic erotic horror anime FPS where players traverse a mysterious citadel filled with ominous enemies. Inspired by 90s boomer shooters, like Doom, the game has players defeat enemies with firearms and melee weapons while gathering resources. The explicit gore depiction can be turned off in the settings, and the game supports a new Game Plus mode, where players can carry over their equipment. Vigilancer 2099, an open-world TPS set in a realistic cyberpunk world where players hunt bounties. Set in densely packed mega buildings, where all kinds of species gather, players can hunt down bounties as much as they want. The money earned can be used to pay off unpaid debts or customize equipment for easier progression, depending on the player's choice. Phantom Line, a dark and atmospheric cooperative open-world FPS set in post-nuclear war Europe.
Counting on you. Wield the husks for the cause.
Players take on the role of a special forces member dealing with mysterious events, exploring locations like dark forests and research facilities to contain anomalies. The unique ability, Husk, allows players to instantly transfer consciousness between soldiers, providing tactical superiority against threats. Elu, a story-driven survival horror FPS where players embark on a journey to uncover the truth behind the bloodthirsty madness of a grim village. Featuring an advanced limb dismemberment system, realistic enemy AI, and a complex weapon system, the game is packed with strategic survival elements. In this nightmare-like world, players will be overwhelmed by an unrelenting terror. Covenant. Explore the vast mythological world as a messenger sent from the heavens in this dark Fantasy X Souls-like FPS.
Swords stand before you.
Learn combat styles created by ancient heroes,
And
using close
20,000
combat and
knees
spells
shall
to turn the
kneel.
tide of battle. The game also features online cooperative play and competitive modes, allowing duels for glory in 3v3 arenas.
The time is nigh.
Stellarum, a spiritual successor to the 2018 SF Battle Royale FPS, Islands of Nine Battle Royale. The game is being developed by Studio Nexos, composed of fans of the original and industry veterans, who bought the code and assets and are now working on a new IP. This exciting development, where the sports shooter elements of the original Battle Royale are being revived by the fanbase, has fans eagerly awaiting further updates. Battlefield, the next installment of the monumental large-scale warfare FPS, is confirmed for a 2025 announcement. Although there is little official information regarding the setting or concept art, it has been confirmed that the game will return to modern warfare, as opposed to past or near-future settings. Let's hope this time the game will be highly polished from launch. Call of Duty, the release of a new installment in 2025, is almost certain for this globally popular Ile FPS series. This game is rumored to be a Black Ops title set in 2035, with David Mason from Cody BO2 as the protagonist. Speculation is also swirling about the return of double jumps and wall running, as is typical for KOD's annual celebration, so let's look forward to the official announcement. How was it? The latest FPS games are all so appealing. Make sure to add them to your playlist. Don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up.